Hey everybody, we are back for another review. I think I mentioned in my last review I was going to be pumping out one of these Canadian rations, specifically this Indian chicken, because I want to do a whole spin on this. What you get in the bag compared to what you really want in the bag. All that being said, again, like we said, this is from Canada. It's Indian chicken. It is menu number 17. It is a 2018 ration. Got all the little codes, everything else. Simply we'll bust into this thing and we'll see what we have inside. Everything out of the bag. Have some fruit cocktail. Our little spork. The little compressed towelette. Chocolate drink mix. Beverage bag. Ooh, tortillas. Have some napkins or latrine paper, whatever you need it for. Peanut butter and jam. 2 lemon lime sports drinks. Coffee crisp, always a favorite. Nescafe, sweet and creamy. Tic Tacs. I miss the gum. I wish they would have kept the gum. Frank's Red Hot, some matches. And lastly, our Indian chicken. It's Indian chicken, so you think this would be an Indian themed meal. However, we got some high-speed tortillas, which kind of can be like unleavened bread for that. But then you get PB&J. So if you're not a fan of Indian food, you could always just have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But this being said, why it's Indian chicken, we have made our own version of Indian chicken. So we're going to do a comparison of what you get and what I would want. So with that in mind, I've kind of made my own little ration right here. It's all nice and camo. Thank you for the FSR bag. And we'll take a look what I've got inside of this. And we already got this heating up. And just pointing out again, the superior date code to what we use here in the States. Definitely tell it is from 2017, the 320th date. Why we can't use a 5-digit date code is beyond me. Because if you just get 7320, well, maybe it's not a bad thing. Then you have to go to MREinfo.com and check the menus by decade. Isn't that crazy? But it's cool. There's a resource for it. And just for a reference, this calls for 250 ml. They give you 2, which gives you a half a liter of beverage. And on this one, it doesn't have an amount of water. It just kind of has a fill line. So I'm hoping there is a fill line inside of this to help me guide how much liquid. And in case you're wondering, there isn't. So you just have to be like a Jedi and use the Force. And just a tip, it's always a good idea to boil this once or twice and then give it a shake. Ooh. Saucy. Alright, and you've all seen me mix this stuff a trillion times, so I just did it off cam. I got this stuff successfully heated up. Those of you that follow me on Instagram, you will know the conundrum I had with my heating bag. Yeah, you just got to be careful. But I did heat up these tortillas. And of course, I can't open them properly, but hey, what you gonna do? We'll try to open one up. And there's and they still break. That's That's the bad thing about these tortillas, is they fold them. Why they have to do that, I have no idea. I think it's MRE Star. They produce a pack that's a little wider, so they're flat, so they don't break apart. Why they can't do that, I don't know. And here we go, the Indian chicken. And I want to give a shout out to Tracy Phillips. He's the one that sent this to me, and I'm sure there were some of our Canadian brothers like CT and maybe BT Temple or Smitty MRE that was involved in making this a success and happen. And I'm going to try something with this that I ordinarily, well, yeah, I probably would try it. My buddy Old Pal Fernback said, try mixing a little bit of the peanut butter in here, kind of like a peanut sauce. So we'll definitely give that a go. Now, I still do have my coffee, but I think I would hold on to this for like Radio Watch or OP in the middle of the night, so I would have something, especially when I already have 2 beverages. Well, let's dig in while it's nice and hot. Looks like we got all kinds of stuff. Some red pepper. Looks like we have some bell pepper. A little bit of chicken. And like I said, this is what they consider an Indian menu, or at least an Indian main. I guess it could go together if that was your thing. But no, I'm going to show you what I would want in just a little bit. But let's give this a try. Make sure I get a little bit of chicken on there. Share it with you. Hopefully not pour it all in my hand like I just did. Wow. That chicken couldn't be any more tough unless it was a block of wood. I mean, it kind of fell apart. It's like the consistency of like really old beef jerky. Very, very chewy. Still stuck in my molars. That is crazy. That is crazy. I'll let you know the ingredients. I'll scroll them right down there. Or the main ones anyway, on the bottom. The sauce itself has a lot of flavor. Good like tomato-based sauce. Super tasty. You get a little hint of ginger. It's just... This is actually good. If the chicken would have been a little less done. I mean, the chicken is the consistency. If you like leave it on the smoker or the barbecue grill and you watch a football game because you forgot to take it off the grill and you left it there overnight and you woke up the next morning, then took the chicken off. That is how dense that chicken is. So that's a little disappointing, but we'll try to kick it up a little bit of our Frank's Red Hot. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm not one of the people that mixes it in. I like it right on the top so it's just bam, right in your face. Yeah, buddy. That gives a nice little vinegary flavor. Extra little bit of heat. It just gives it that extra special something that adds a lot of flavor. Now, I'm going to do what Fernbark said. He said, just put a little bit in there. Just mix it in. And I've done peanut sauce, you know, with Thai food, so I cannot imagine that it won't. Just give it a mix. Get it in there. Make sure it's happy. Get a little of everything. Even this rock hard chicken. Well, maybe I need to strike that, reverse it. There we go. Let's give that a try. Well, that does kind of work. It gives it that little peanut sauce kind of flavor. Well, that's surprising. Good job. Good job, Fernbark. Definitely earned your stripes, man. If you haven't seen Old Pal Fernbark, he's got a great channel. He camps out in the woods. Does a lot of campfire cooking over this grill. Absolutely awesome. He did a whole series in September of Spam Timber. We'll give that with a little bit of our tortilla. Serves as our unleavened bread. And in reality, most places this would serve as your spoon, if not your fingers. And you can tell I'm a noob because it just got all over me and all over my table and all over everything. So, I guess I'll just stick with utensils. And I need to take a drink of this protein drink before it starts all curdling up. Here we go, chocolate protein drink. Tasty, does have that chalky flavor, but it has that nice little chocolatey goodness. Ordinarily, I would have something like this in the morning so that I could produce noxious fumes the rest of the day and piss off my squad mates. Alright, let's get in here to this fruit cocktail. It is a little brown. Sometimes that can be a little off-putting, but hey, this thing is, 3 years old. There's what we got? Pears, peaches, Maybe a little pineapple in there, and of course some cherries. And if you got something hot, you spice it up with stuff. This provides that nice little cooling effect, nice and refreshing. I'll put this over here too. And again, we just have our regular Joe Schmo tortilla that's falling apart. We'll try that on its own real quick. Nice and chewy like you would expect a tortilla to be. We'll make our quick little PB&J. Talking with a lot of Canadian Forces guys, they just usually just keep this on their person, and they just eat this in between meals. Like when they're walking or something, just as a little pick-me-up. So I would say probably 95% of them that actually live and work in the field don't necessarily make a PB&J. And we'll try some of our lemon lime beverage. It has a really good lemony lime flavor. It's not some really off-putting color like some of the U.S. stuff could be. Actually looks like, smells good too. And then our coffee crisp. These are like national treasures in Canada. You can't hear people talk enough good about a coffee crisp bar. And basically it's just kind of like a slight coffee flavored giant Kit Kat bar. Just as a comparison. Now, either at the end of the meal or before the meal, you can take your compressed towel. I've showed this before. You just dip this in a little bit of water that expands out and becomes a great big huge sheet that you can use like to clean up. Wash your face before or after you eat, or before and after, because it's pretty durable. And then we would finish this off with some Tic Tacs, so you have that nice, fresh, minty breath that you have to have when you've been stuck out in the field for 2 weeks, which is so vitally important. When honestly, in reality, you should just brush your nasty teeth. So now this is an Indian-themed ration. This is what you get. I'm going to show you what I would want. And I'm going to make a short disclaimer right now. Yes, this is not a Ministry of Defense ration. I had Ome Drop Air send me what he thought his version of an Indian ration would be. And man, I still get, that's not an Indian ration in the comments, even though it's all over the place that it's just a commercially purchased ration that a buddy sent to me because we could never find an actual Ministry of Defense Army issued ration. You can't. They exist. I've talked with people that have actually eaten them, but me as a MRE enthusiast, I cannot get my hands on it. Even though I've talked to the Indian consulate and their military attaché, it just ain't gonna happen. So, but this is what I would expect, or what I would think an Indian ration might be. And to keep it IMPE, it's kind of like reminiscent of the new bag. It has a waterproof outer bag with a zip seal so you can use for your garbage. But keeping things legit, we have a paper bag reminiscent of this one. And let's see what we got. And just so I could keep it like ration-like, it's exactly what I did. Try to keep it as ration-y as possible. So we've got our little vegetable. It is cashmere spinach. It's like a potato spinach kind of vegetable. Have some rice. It is basmati rice. Some chicken. It is thigh meat. 2 packs of yellow curry. A little snack mix. Right there. What is that? Bouja nut mix, something like that. And we have some tea and some coffee, 3 in 1. And just a disclosure, I made real man-sized portions out of this stuff, not that little wimpy 4-ounce protein. Okay, again, we got tea and coffee for this ration. That would be absolutely great to have. And see, this time I didn't say tea because chai is tea. Who knew? And for my snacks, peanut based because it will keep protein. The little pretzel or the little sticks, more for carbohydrates, and it's got some nice peas in there as well. Just so I can do these real quick. And this one comes with 2 tea bags. There's another one in there. Just so you know I'm not lying. And now the other stuff, and I went ahead, I've got this heated up. A little bit of curry, a little bit more curry, because you can never have too much curry as far as I'm concerned. We got some chicken, we got a bed of rice. Let's get this down here right now. I'm going to put a little over here too. And then we got this cashmere spinach. It's spinach, it's got some potato in there, and I left the rice on this side because I just like to thicken it up just a little bit because it does get to be a little soupy. Oh yeah, that looks funky, but man, that is gonna taste good. And before I put that chicken down, I'm just gonna break this up just a little bit, and this is basmati rice, very authentic. And then, like I said, this is thigh meat. I did all this neat little labeling. Wow, it's pretty snazzy for an old dude like me. It's got garlic in there, salt and pepper. And I just did it in vegetable oil. You can see that is a soldierly, manly sized portion, fee-manly as well. And there's still more in there. Now for the piece de resistance. We're gonna put some curry on there. I think the only thing that I really forgot to do was add, you know, like salt and pepper in this thing. Oh, there it goes. Man. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this gives me such a thrill to be able to do this because I have wanted like a legit ration like this for so many freaking years, and you can't find one on the market, so the only way to do it is do it yourself. I was so excited. Now this, folks, is what you would call a legit, well, American bastardized Indian ration. Oh, look, the thigh meat is so tender and juicy. And I admit, I made this several days ago. So, man, if they could perfect that, that'd be awesome. Oh, man. And then our cashmere spinach with potato and a little bit of rice. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, you get all that iron in there. That vegetable yummy goodness. If you want to crunch it up, just add a little bit of your snack mix. Oh, this is nicely flavored too. Then nice and crunchy. Gets your teeth cleaned out too, and then a nice cup of hot tea to go with it. I know I should have took the bag out, but time is a ticking. Time is a ticking. But this, my friends, if you get something that says Indian chicken, this is what you really want. I don't care what you say. This stuff is awesome. Well, thanks everybody for watching the review. It has been kind of a challenge to get this out. I super enjoyed this. This was so much fun to make and make all that packaging. This stuff was cool. You can see I even screwed this one up. But hey, it wouldn't be a Gundog video unless I didn't screw something up. But absolutely awesome. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I sure did. And this is actually going to be, well, part of it's going to be my lunch, and I'm going to really enjoy it. I'll be able to share this with MRE taster dogs, and I've got some really cool stuff coming down the pipe. I got like a Hungarian ration, I've got another little Korean ration, I got all kinds of cool stuff coming. So stick with me, and I will see you all on my next review.